Why is the world always in debt? Every country on earth is in debt. America's debt has passed $38 trillion, the highest level in history. The European Union owes $14 trillion. Japan owes $9 trillion. Even oil-rich Saudi Arabia. Export giants like Germany and China are drowning in debt. But here's the question. If everyone owes money, who is all this money owed to? Here's the interesting part. The world isn't really in debt to someone else. It's in debt to itself. Within this system, we are both borrowers and lenders. Governments, banks, corporations, even ordinary citizens. How did debt begin? The idea of national debt is very old. In 1694, England was at war with France and ran out of money. The king borrowed from wealthy merchants. In return, he promised to pay them interest from future taxes. To manage this new system, the Bank of England was created. That moment marked the birth of the modern financial world. For the first time, a government could spend money it didn't yet have, and merchants had something solid in return, the word of the state. Then France copied the system, the Netherlands refined it, and even the United States financed its war of independence this way. Debt became not a weakness, but a sign of power. Empires once ruled through gold. Now they rule through interest. Everyone owes everyone today. The world owes around $315 trillion, nearly 3 times the size of the global economy. But this debt is a tangled web. America owes Japan. Japan buys American bonds. Europe lends to developing countries through the IMF. Those same countries then use their foreign currency to buy American treasuries. Everyone is holding someone else's IOU. It's a global chain of trust, and as long as no one leaves the table, the game continues. The most powerful players, markets and central banks behind the scenes. The real power lies in the markets. Trillions of dollars flow through investment funds, pension funds, and central banks. They decide which countries can borrow cheaply and which ones collapse under high interest rates. If confidence disappears, a country's currency can crash and governments can fall. Democracies decide who governs, but markets decide who survives. And central banks are the heartbeat of this system. They buy government bonds and create new money in return. So every printed dollar actually represents a debt. There's no such thing as debt-free money. Every dollar, every euro is someone's claim on someone else. Debt isn't repaid, it's rolled over. Here's a secret: no country actually plans to fully repay its debt. That's not how the system works. Governments issue new bonds to pay off old ones, a process called refinancing. The goal isn't to erase debt, but to keep it running, because these debts are what make the world's financial system stable. If the U.S. suddenly paid off all its debt, banks and funds would lose their safest assets, and the world economy would collapse. So here's the paradox. Debt is what keeps the system alive, but its fuel is trust. If trust disappears, everything falls apart. Who benefits from debt? We say the world owes itself, but it's not really fair. The ones who earn from debt aren't the same as the ones who pay it. Interest flows mostly to wealthy investors, funds, and banks. Money moves from the bottom to the top. That's why debt and inequality grow together. Conclusion. Once upon a time, debt meant bondage. Today it means balance. But that balance is fragile. If confidence fades, the system can collapse in a chain reaction. Because debt at its core has always been the same thing. A promise that can't be kept forever.